Good morning. This is the 60 Seconds to Serenity with Gregg Hammond on Wednesday, January 17, 2018. 60 Seconds to Serenity, we are using the tools of our higher faculties. Good morning. Good morning, Jan. I see you hopped on there. We're using the tools of our higher faculties and our breathing, putting them together to use just 1 minute of time, 60 seconds. This basic tool that we started with in October of last year, 60 seconds to serenity, the way that we can take control of our time and achieve our calm mind, the calm and serene mind. And I've talked about why that's important. I say it's a superpower. The calm, serene mind is a superpower because it gives you the ability to respond to things, right? We talked about the respond or react, which is the choice that you're making. Are you going to react and let things control, that's the situation, control you, or are you going to respond to the situation? And when you respond, you've taken the time to keep that calm mind. And the little coin that I'm showing you here is a pretty cool coin because it says it right on it, the respond and react. I found this rock out at a creek, and the how flat it is. The thing that struck me was how flat it was to use as a skipping stone. And as I held it and thought about skipping the stone, and I was using that as a gratitude ceremony. And I talk about the power of the gratitude as part of your 60 seconds to serenity. When you're doing the breathing we do in and out is a slow and calm breath, just like water coming in on a sandy beach where there's not much of a hill. It just cruises in, that water just comes in slowly and then it goes back out, and there's like an ebb and flow. You're breathing, the focused breath that you're taking the control in 60 seconds to focus on is just doing that. It's gentle, it's just a focused breath. You're listening to your breath as it comes in and out. It sounds kind of like that water spreading out on the sand like that. And with your gratitude and your positive affirmation, your focus, you're taking control of that 60 seconds to bring yourself into a calm mind. And this is really important when you're going through your day and things come from somewhere, or you're unexpected, or maybe there are things that you know that you already have to experience that are part of your day, and they usually make you feel uncomfortable, angry, upset, sad. You're able to shift that by using the 60 seconds to serenity. Take yourself back to a time when you've experienced something fantastic. And then from the gratitude list, writing out 10 things each day. It's writing out 10 things, doing it each day. Best to do it in the morning to begin your day as soon as you can, right? With the gratitude. So as I looked at this stone, I realized, wow, this is very much like the respond and react. But I actually didn't have the respond and react coin that I was showing. I didn't have this coin yet, but I had this stone, right? And it's very smooth on this side, and then the other side is very rough. And that is a very nice analogy to what happens when you're responding or reacting. When you're using these 60 seconds to serenity tools with your breathing, your calm mind is coming back faster each time. You're keeping yourself in a high vibration, or you're bringing yourself from a low vibration up. And like anything, it takes practice. The more that you do it, the easier it becomes, and then it becomes a habit. And the idea of the 60 seconds to serenity that we've been doing since October as we go through each day, we're repeating the same things over and over. And it's the gratitude exercises, the breathing exercises, our higher mental faculties reminding us of things that we really like in our life that make us feel good. By doing that, there's good news. Your life just got a whole lot easier as you start to use these 60 seconds to serenity tools, right? As you're responding or reacting. The smooth side is when you respond, things are smooth. And then if you react, they're rough. And as we're doing these exercises and repeating these things each time, day after day, the cool thing, oh, hang on a second here. I see there was a sign over my head about coffee. Here's to your day if you're having coffee, and water in a container where you can get an idea of whether you're consuming enough water. 2 of these a day is great, spaced out throughout the day, in small amounts, sipping water through the day, making sure you're not getting dehydrated, staying hydrated. So when we create these habits and practice these things over and over and over, we get better and better at responding instead of reacting. And then it becomes the habit. And we're weeding out bad habits, and we're putting in good habits, or we're weeding out disempowering thoughts like, I can't afford that, or I wish I lived somewhere else, or I forget things all the time. Things that you don't even, maybe you don't even know that you have a habit of saying these disempowering things. We're weeding those out by putting in these empowering thoughts. That comes from making a gratitude list and being as diligent as you can to every single day write out 10 things that you're grateful for and spend a little bit of time thinking about each of those. You're doing that as you're also focusing on your breath, just like it's coming in on a beach, the wave on a beach, nice and slow, right? You have that with your keeping hydrated. All of these things we've been doing since last year. If you've just tuned in and you didn't actually get to enjoy some of the episodes that have been going by each day, go back and check some of those out. There's a lot of information, a lot of recommended reading, a lot of exercises that we're working on. We're doing non-dominant hand exercise. It started off with just a few things and then expanded to a lot more, to filling in a whole page if you desire to do that. One of the things that we're writing out is the chapter on Serenity by James Allen. This is the last chapter in As a Man Thinketh. We're writing that out just with your dominant hand, and it takes about 2 pages to get down to the end. The idea of practicing your non-dominant hand is to push you through a ton of things. Where all of these exercises to build your awareness so that you can catch yourself if a disempowering statement is coming into your mind. You might find that you say something, or when you find that you are thinking about the potential of in a discussion, an encounter with somebody, and you're thinking about what you're going to tell that person, and then you potentially have the conversation in your head. You think about that in advance, about what that conversation might be if you're discussing maybe something that you want to get resolved, right? I mean, if you're having the pre-conversation to try to determine what you're going to say to the person, you could be bringing your vibration down as you think about it. Maybe it's something that you want to resolve, and it's been nagging at you. You feel that nagging. You want to be able to shift your vibration and bring it back up to maintain that high vibration. And you want to catch yourself if you're doing that. If you're bringing yourself into a low vibration as you think about trying to resolve that, because your mind is an amazing imagination machine. We've been talking about adding in a little bit of the imagination. One of these 60 seconds to serenity, we were talking about the hammock, the relaxing in the hammock, the peaceful mind, and then we talked about the water and what that water was. But we also went way out here to the sandy shore back there, to the edge of that beautiful tropical forest with imagination. And so we're very slowly adding in, planting these seeds that will, it seems like we're doing basically a repetition. More things have been added every time, but all these little things are seeds that are planted in this garden. We prepared this beautiful garden soil through the winter time, and as we go into the spring, you'll see that these are all starting to blossom and grow, and they sprout up, and they start to connect together, and you realize you've actually planted a garden for yourself. You've improved yourself, and by doing so, you become better to everybody that encounters you, that you come into contact with. You're a better person because you've worked on doing these 60 seconds to serenity. So I do this as a way to give back because my life has been amazing and I've learned a lot of stuff. It's been very powerful to help me shift over to a life that I love and shift out of a life that I struggled with every single day. That's not what I experience anymore, but I realized that I had a choice, that I had many choices, and it comes down to a small fraction, 1 minute of time, 60 seconds. So 60 seconds to serenity, taking that as your tiny little bite-sized moment to be conscious of what you're thinking and how you're focused, how that thinking is focused, where it is, where your vibration is. All these awareness building tools help me shift into a completely different place. So I'm sharing that as a way to give back, as a way of saying thank you, because my life is so amazing. And I'm doing these huge, amazing projects, right? Like the Global Jam for Peace. A lot of you have seen the logo that has the music on it. It has the song. I have, you see the music for the peace anthem, Set Me Free, right? I have stickers and refrigerator magnets. A new order just came in, and so part of the give back, because people are also sending in contributions, and I really appreciate that. People go online and they chip in. They might throw $25 in there. Somebody throws in, $1,000. All of it is appreciated, and we use that to get instruments to kids, instruments and lessons to kids who don't have access. And we also send out decals and refrigerator magnets and other things, pays for postage, pays for a lot of different things. Our goal, raising the vibration of the entire planet all at the same time through a global symphony. And all of these little 60 seconds to serenity tools help us with everybody that we're reaching. The 60 seconds to serenity, every morning, Monday through Friday, having this available so people can share it, so people can watch it, and they can rewatch it, helps each individual change, right? And then as a community we change, and that's where the idea of global jam, right? This is using this. The idea is that we are raising the vibration of the entire planet, bringing awareness of the peace and the love that already exists. That a lot of times, things in the world put the blindfold on us, and we are not able to see. Because a lot of things are filtered, we get information, we get negative news, and you don't get to know that there's a lot of peace and love in the world. The idea of the Global Jam for Peace is that we are helping bring the good news, and that good news is that your life just got a whole lot easier if you keep doing these 60 seconds to serenity tools. And the power of music and the power of the chime. Playing an instrument, very powerful. So that's why the Global Jam for Peace is such an important mission that we have. I'm extremely grateful. Part of my gratitude list throughout the week is thinking about all of the amazing people who have come together as ambassadors and volunteers for the Global Jam for Peace. Musicians, artists, attorneys, accountants, movie makers, authors, all over the place, gardeners, have come together to help support the Global Jam for Peace, and I'm very grateful for that. So for the send-off today, I'm saying, think about your 60 seconds to serenity tools, right? When you realize that that you're reacting to something as opposed to responding, and when you respond, you stay in that serene, calm mind, you keep your vibration very high. When you respond, you're in control of the situation. By doing that, you also center yourself enough that information and solutions come into your mind from out here, right? From divinity. And you want that to be downloading into your mind, right? The solutions, a peaceful solution, a calm, serene solution to the things that you have to work through for the day. So remember to respond. Remember to respond to your body by providing the hydration in there. I will see you tomorrow. Peace, love, and music. Remember, you are always in paradise no matter where you go. If you're there and you're using these 60 seconds to serenity tools and you're expressing the care and the love for yourself, you are in paradise. With that, I'm going to hop off. I love you guys. See you tomorrow.